Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Let's Chat with Wazim and Trevor. My name is Trevor Dhanpaul, and Wazim unfortunately would not be joining us again this week. He is a very busy guy. He's out there in Guyana once again. He will be joining us hopefully next week, Tuesday, 7 o'clock live on Facebook. So, first, I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who liked and shared the video from last week. Another successful run. I highly appreciate the love, the like, the share, the comments, the interaction. It was fantastic. Please continue to like and share the video. This is how we get the word out. We can, help each other out by like and share. This is what we're all about. We're a Caribbean business network focused on promoting Caribbean-owned businesses across the entire world. So if you have a business, you're Caribbean descent, please reach out to us, get your business listed. We do have a bunch of tiers. It starts off from free and it goes all the way up to paid sponsorships. So please go ahead and check out the page. It's caricombusinessnetwork.com. With that being said, we have another exciting episode for you guys. I do have Mr. Daniel DeSouza on standby waiting to jump on the show with us. But I just want to give a shout out to everyone that liked, shared the page. I cannot say how grateful I am with you guys with the interaction. Really do appreciate it. Unfortunately, Wazim will not be joining us again this week. He's still out there in Guyana. Hopefully, we'll have him on next week. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring Mr. Daniel D'Souza on the show. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
Daniel. Welcome to the show.
Trevor. Thank you so much for the invite. I want to say good evening to everyone who is listening, everyone who has Caribbean roots and who uh, is part of the Caribbean. This is going to be an extremely interesting conversation between you and I know they're going to be
Yes.
very interested to see it. We have a lot of tea, as the young people would say, to spill on this 1 hour of conversation for sure.
Yes, yes. I look forward to it. I know you got some exciting things to share with us. We have been chatting for quite a while now, and I'm excited to have you on the show. Thank you for taking the time of your busy schedule. I know you're out there in Barbados, correct?
That's correct. In Barbados,
Fantastic.
uh, it's been a wonderful day today. Actually, very sunny. As always, we had a few showers of blessings. That's cooled down the place quite a bit. But on all, it was a lovely day.
Oh, fantastic. It is hot as hell over here, man. The weather is like, I mean, New York's weather is so crazy. One day it's hot, next day it's cold. We have a thunderstorm the other day. It's really crazy. But these are the
Yeah,
times we live in now.
that's
So,
correct.
Daniel, I got you on the show. Why don't you go ahead tell us a little bit about yourself, your history, your background?
Yeah, sure. All right. So my humble beginnings started when I was born in Guyana. Um, and back in the early '80s in Guyana, things weren't that good. There was a lot of people suffering, a lot of families wanting for stuff. Um, my family had the opportunity to come to Barbados with my family being here to try to look for better opportunities. So um, we got here. I grew up here in Barbados. Still have a big family on my mother's side back in Guyana, and we go back periodically to visit them. And it's that back and forth from Barbados to Guyana is what I believe gave me my love for the culture of the Caribbean and what instilled in me that passion as I was growing up and discovering myself. Um, what kind of career I wanted to want to undertake, or um, what kind of features or um, platforms I would like to create for the use of and the betterment of the Caribbean region. So I went to school here, like I said. I have my children. I was married here, um, and had a lot of jobs. And my beginnings of the arts started very early with freehand art, um, and that, I mean, God works in mysterious ways. He puts certain people in your life, in your journey, to increase or change the way you do certain things. So I never knew that I was going to be a graphic artist. Um, or develop that tool. But then a friend said, "Man, you have good, artistic talent, freehand. Why don't you put that into transitioning into graphic design?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I just love to draw, right? And so he showed me certain things, and that was when Illustrator was in its very, very young stages, and Photoshop. And he started showing me these things. The guy that showed me how to transition, he was a fantastic artist. Still is actually, making comic style freehand art. Very, very, very talented individual. But he showed me how to scan that freehand. Back then, we used to scan it and then color it with Adobe Photoshop, making it look like realistic with all these shadings and the certain color graphs that you can do to make the image pop. So
Right.
I fell in love with that idea, and yeah, I went down that way. And then a few years after that, I met someone else who showed me uh, how to create a website. Well, he, back then I was trying to start businesses that failed. I mean,
Hmm.
through my entire um, um, journey as an entrepreneur, you try things. You go to different ideas. You try it, you fail, you get back up, you try again, another crazy idea, and you hope your family and your wife, has the patience with you to say, yeah, I'm
Right.
going to go
Right.
with you with this new journey. But that's the heart of an entrepreneur, because if entrepreneurs end their journey on the first fail, then that's the end of their journey. The
Of
entrepreneur
course.
is someone that has that desire to bring about something for themselves. But if they fail, be like, okay, so what's next? What else can I do? What else can I try? And they keep finding
Right.
that thing until you hit the right one. And I think I hit the right two. And I'm going to tell you about them.
That's awesome. Just a quick interruption here. You did say God works in mysterious ways. I totally believe in that.
Yeah,
Most of the time, like you're saying, you fail and you try again. A very wise man told me one time, fail forward. The
that's
moment
right.
you fail, you go forward. If you give up, that's the end of it. But the moment you consistently
Exactly.
going over and over and over, you're gonna find it's gonna pop one day. Like most of the successful businesses out here, we're talking about the Fortune, billion trillion dollar company. It didn't start off as one shot and they made it big. There's many
Correct.
many times they tried, they failed, but they never give up. So the key is to never give up. And switching, come back to the family. If you have that family support, it makes it so much easier. But
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't, oh my God, it's like trying to climb a hill that has no
With a
end
bunch of
to it,
rocks
and
in
you
your
just
backpack. I
yeah,
know.
true, true. So I
Yeah,
totally
and I
understand
think
where you're coming from.
people that are listening and that would be logging in later after the live show, listening to us now, I think it's a valuable lesson that they can take in their life moving forward. That if they think that, I mean, there's a lot of things going on. People committing suicide, giving up on life, doing a lot of things, and uh, if they hear us talking about this, hopefully, it might give them some hope. I mean, have the heart or look for the heart of an entrepreneur and try to adapt it for yourself, because we look at life differently. We don't look at life as if you fail, that's the end of it. Is the end of the road. We look at life that if you fail, what next can you do? How can you better yourself and then try again? So I
Exactly.
think that is a great thing.
It is. Learn from your mistakes and keep
Right.
going. Every
That's
time
right.
you fail, it's one step closer to success. So you just got to keep failing forward until you hit that jackpot,
I
and
like
it'll
that
be all
feeling
worth it.
forward. That's cool.
Yep, a lot of the most successful people out there, they started off their journey basically from nothing, but they never give up. That's the difference between successful people and the people who said, "Oh, I tried, it's not going to work."
That's
The
right.
moment you have that mentality, you might as well quit right now because you cannot
I
come
agree.
into something with that kind of mentality. You have to have the end game, and consistency is what wins the game. Consistency and practice beats talent any single day. So yeah, I
Agree.
totally agree with you. So let's get to this. So you started off as a graphic designer, originally from Guyana, came over here. You met your wife in Barbados, you said, right?
I did. Yes.
So question: Is she from? She's Barbadian or she's Guyanese?
She's a Barbadian.
Okay,
She's a
cool, cool,
Barbadian. Yes.
very nice,
And
awesome.
both my children were born here. I have two daughters, Ariel and Liliana. One is 19, and the other one is 14.
Oh, that's super cool. That's
Yep.
awesome. And are they into the technology like you also?
They are actually. Well, oh, what child isn't? They're in the tablets and everything. But my daughter, Ariel, the older one, she has picked up my artistic talent when it comes to freehand art, and she's applied that to her nails. She does cosmetology, and so on.
Oh,
Um,
cool.
and she does fantastic designs on the nails. And as a father, you show your support. So I've had my nails painted many times beautifully, and showed them proudly. And my second daughter, Liliana, she is also very artistic when it comes to freehand art. Her art is actually better than mine when I was her age, way better. The things she draws the things she imagines out of her head is crazy. Um, but yeah, we I think God has blessed us, our family, with a lot of really talented um, young people, and I think they're going to go far in life. And
That's
hopefully,
awesome.
with their father being the tech entrepreneur that he is and doing what I'm doing, they're going to see some kind of inspiration in that and make themselves better, uh, for the future. They have that. They
Of
have that
course.
ability for sure.
I mean, as fathers, we always think that, we start something our kids going to pick up and take it to the next level. I hope that that's in the future there. But tell us
Correct.
about the My Cariblime and the VCARD. Which one
All right.
started first, or where did the inspiration come from to start these businesses?
All right, cool. So let's get right into the interesting part of the conversation, which I think people will be very interested in. Um, First, I want to start off and say, who is listening right now? The Caribbean finally has a social network, a social network like Facebook that is um, uh, built to represent Caribbean people and promote Caribbean businesses, Caribbean culture, and Caribbean tourism. It is called mycariblime.com. And maybe you could put up the URL if you can, not
I
for sure
will.
if you
I
can,
will.
so people can see it. Um, it's a free platform. You don't have to pay to be a member. Um, you go on and you'll find it's very similar to the designs of what you're accustomed to with Facebook. So um, I imagine this platform to be representative of what we hold dear in the Caribbean, and that is what is our culture. What we want people to know about us, our cuisines. Uh, a fantastic tool to um, network, to make friends, to promote your businesses, stuff like that. And that idea came to me in a conversation, and someone mentioned, um, you know, when I think it's back in 2016, 2017. Um, why doesn't the Caribbean have their own stuff? Why don't we have our own tech? Um, and that sparked a lot of thought in me. The Barbadian Prime Minister Mia Motley always says that the Caribbean is a zone of peace. And this is the reason why the whole world comes to the Caribbean to have and brings their family. They feel safe to spend their vacation here. Why? Because the people are friendly, beautiful sands and beaches and great things to see and experience, our culture, cuisine. We have so much to offer here in the Caribbean. I'm talking only Barbados or Guyana, but the whole Caribbean, the people are just they're set aside from the rest of the world. I mean, I've never really traveled outside of the Caribbean, but I've heard, um, people aren't that friendly over there, in the world. And it's a lovely thing when you hear people come from United States or England and they say, "Oh, the people are so friendly here." That's one of the major things they always say about Guyanese people and Bajans. Um, uh, People from Trinidad and Tobago, they're so warm and welcoming in your country, and the food is great, and we had a blast. That's what you know, and what you hear when you come to the Caribbean. If you know, and I strongly suggest if you haven't been to any of the islands here in the Caribbean, you should bring your family. So um, that's where the idea was born through a conversation where um, you know the conversation was, why don't we have our own stuff? I mean, the whole world has it. the whole world comes here to Barbados or to the Caribbean. But we have our one network that we can control, that we can
Right.
promote, right? So I said it privately, because if I said it out loud, they'd probably think I was crazy. I'm going to see if I can start or find a way to start the Caribbean social network and see where that goes. As a heart of an entrepreneur, you know that not only do we not give up, we don't see things as impossible. We just go, how can we make it work? We got to do our research, we got to talk to, and just make it work. I mean, look at you. You build your own network, um, the Caricom Business Network, and now you're doing these live conversations and interviews. You didn't start off that way, but you learned how to do that after you heard of an entrepreneur. And let me just say that you're doing a fantastic job. So
Thank you.
the um, it took a while to bring it about. I used what little knowledge I had with website design, graphic design, to create my own look, to create my own logos and everything, and get something working. Anyways,
That's awesome.
yeah,
So
the platform was launched in 2017. Doesn't look anything like it does now, um, but being an entrepreneur, you have a great idea. And one of the major things that tech entrepreneurs, do not have is the money. You're just a family man. You have this great idea. Um, in the Caribbean, there's not a lot of uh, investment opportunity when it comes to brand new crazy ideas that you want to do. Um, so the is pretty much all the negativity that you'll probably get as a startup entrepreneur, especially in the technology industry, which is not a big industry back in those times. Um,
right.
Here, it wasn't really supported. I wasn't just starting a shoe store or a clothing store or a appliance store. I was starting something that people did. You sure you can do that? Is it going to happen? Really? Anyway, so. Slowly but surely, as I was developing and the idea, and you know update after update after update, word of mouth, people started to sign up, and there's certain things that I started to realize that this social network could. I mean, I didn't know what we were going to represent yet. When I started back in 2017, I just thought it was a great idea for people to use in the Caribbean. But there's so much things I started to learn that we don't have in the Caribbean, which made kind of a lot of sense. Something called data sovereignty. We don't have that in the Caribbean. We use international platforms for free, and we give our data over for free. We give our intellectual data over for free. These companies um, make millions of dollars from it, from
Right.
our data.
So
It has worth, and they don't reinvest anything in our region, right? And the things I started to learn about these social networks and these international platforms is that they use our data for free. They're registered to do business here in the Caribbean. If they weren't, they won't be able to take our data or um, operate here. And they register as CEOs and everything, so that they can operate in our region. And they take our valuable data. They make millions of dollars from it, and they don't reinvest anything in it. And that was one of the major, uh, I guess,
obstacles.
yeah, major obstacles or major
Cool.
reasons why I said that. Well, we really need to come up with a regional solution that we control, right?
Exactly. So I'm glad you got past all of that, but the viewers, I'm guessing, want to know. I got a chat here right now. Tell us about the network. So they want to know what kind of network. Is it anything like Facebook? That's one of the questions I have here. So you want to go
Yeah.
ahead and address that?
So it's like Facebook. It has all the features of Facebook, and I'm looking to. There is some features that is new to Facebook that Facebook doesn't have. That is only available on the Caribbean Social Network, and we're
Okay.
going to be. And I'm going to be, as I get the funding and the support from my Caribbean people. I'm going to be bringing out lots more um, features that is unique to our region. So one of the things that I want to bring about in China, so these are things that I'm learning as I develop and I find out more information. In China, in different parts of the world, they have their own social network that represents their culture. So China has a platform called WeChat. You guys go check it out. Um, Only workable there, but what they have introduced is commerce. And something really, really, really exciting happened today here in Barbados that's going to spearhead what I want to do with the platform. But let me digress. Um, WeChat in China has integrated commerce in their platform. So, say for instance, you're scrolling through Facebook and you see a pair of shoes. You can just on Facebook see the shoes. You probably click on it to go to the store, and you have to go to the store itself, the brick and mortar store to buy it. If you want it. But in China, while you're scrolling, you see a pair of shoes you want. You can click, pay for it, and have it delivered to you. So that is one of the major things that I want to implement in the Caribbean. This will
Okay.
support a lot of local and regional businesses, especially the small businesses that are the backbone of every thriving economy. We have to support the
Right.
small businesses. So instead of, I like to say this, instead of customers coming to you, we're bringing the business to you, making it
Okay.
easy and uh, comfortable to shop 24 hours a day from your phone on a social network that belongs to you, the Caribbean person. And as you scroll and you make connections and you talk with friends and you make business connections on there, you can also, well, not yet, you can also potentially pay for a product or service and have it delivered to you by a local courier or any other way. So we have a lot of steps to make, but there right now on the social network, there's lots of features on there that you can take advantage of to promote yourself as a person, as a nonprofit, as a business. And what I'm trying to build is a hub of information that represents us as a people, right? There's nowhere in the Caribbean where you can go and log in and get information about where you live, even talk to a local, find out what's the best place to take your family for good fish and chips at a hidden mom and pop shop that everyone is raving about. For the tourists, that could be a great tool, right? To really experience what the Caribbean has to offer. Right? You can see videos of people's culture. This whole idea of a social network really depends on the Caribbean people. Um, I want you to feel that this platform belongs to you because that's why I built it. I want you to have a tool to express yourself, to express your business, showcase your business, make connections, chat with one another. One of the things here in the Caribbean that we don't have is our islands being that they're so close together. We're still fragmented. You can't really talk to, it's like here in Barbados. I can't call up or message someone in Guyana, right, without the use of a social network, right? So building that platform where we can really communicate is a big deal.
It is, and like you said, all different cultures, different countries, they have their own social networks. So this is kind of tailored for the Caribbean people. If you had to say someone who's like they want to try it out, what would you say like the first, second, and third major features that you think they would be blown away and like, hey, this is ours. They want to get behind it. I mean, you're competing with social media giants out there like Facebook. Like it's been top of the line. Like everyone is on Facebook now. What would you say that my Cariblime has that Facebook doesn't?
All right. So this is why I said the success of this platform really depends on the interaction of Caribbean people. whether they adopt it as their own and start using it as they do Facebook. I want them to have an understanding. That's why I said what I said about these big international um, platforms using our data for free, making millions of dollars from it, and they don't really reinvest anything in our region. They don't really care about our lifestyle, or they just care about our data that they're getting. One of the major things that I would say really reaches out to me is the fact that if this is done well, and certain major trusted uh, entities in the Caribbean get involved, we can have a trusted hub of information that really would support and serve the Caribbean. So um, let me just explain further. In the Caribbean, every year around this time, actually, we have hurricane season, right?
Right.
Um, what if in the Caribbean we had trusted meteorological businesses or groups giving accurate information about what is happening at that point in time, which storm, how the storm is progressing, who's getting hit, who needs help. Um, and on big social networks, people do that, but there's so much individual um, uh, players in the game giving you information that are not accurate, they're not credible. You can get misinformation all the time. They are on big social networks. There's a lot of people spreading misinformation about the Caribbean, right? This happened many, many times. A lot of you who's listening probably know what's going on. I mean, on social media, on WhatsApp, you get a whole bunch of false news. Sometimes people using AI now to come up with fake videos, and prime minister saying such stuff which he didn't, right? And the the world is just getting increasingly worse when it comes to trusting the data that's going on in these social networks. And this is the reason we need our own. This is the reason we need to um, partner with trusted businesses, news agencies, um, weather industries, even partner with the police to help them, you know, fight crime.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to, um, give information with them knowing you can give it anonymously. So there's so much things and features and avenues that we can create this social network to become something that really serves us. Not only that, um, small businesses, restaurants, um, tourism, small shops, and so on. We can really promote these young businesses, small businesses, so that uh, they'll be easily found. I know a lot of locals use or experience certain things on the island. What if we can share that information with the tourists? You know, that is
Right.
one of the big things that the Caribbean Social Network can stand out from. A social network. Now, if we really think about the power that a social network has, the power of a social network that Facebook has done for the world is united people. It made people have a place to communicate. It gave people all over the world a place
Right.
to
And if
showcase their business and all that.
if I must say too, Facebook has brought a lot of people together, but has broken up a lot of relationships also. Just put that out
Exactly,
there.
exactly. I mean, you're totally right. So the chance for us in the Caribbean to have a power like that of a social network where we control the data that is going on the platform. We promote ourselves. Any misinformation, you can actually contact us and say this is wrong information. Please put it down.
Right.
You
Right.
can't do that with Facebook. It's going to be up there. It's going to mislead you. It's going to mislead everyone. You can't do that with meta platforms. They're not going to listen to you, right?
Right.
And especially when people are putting misinformation about where you live. It can cause distress. It can cause panic. This misinformation or disinformation is a major thing that one thing we want to tackle by um, giving a safe space where the Caribbean people can say, I'm going to be involved in this, my Cariblime. That's why I call it my Cariblime. So every time you say this, you're going on the social network that belongs to us, that represents us. This is my Cariblime. It belongs to you. You're
Perfect.
going to put, information, accurate information on platform that serves the best interest of the people.
Cool. So let me just switch the gears real quick. I got a bunch of people who are giving shout outs and so on. I just want to acknowledge some of the viewers here. Good evening to Nizam Ali, Leanne Lal. We have Deluxe Car Rental that's on the check in. Thank you for joining us, sir. We have Ariel D'Souza, Rupert Bishram,
Actually, Ariel
Linda
D'Souza is my daughter.
Danhai, and Sandra Latchman. Oh, cool, super. Welcome to the show. I also want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor this evening. We have two sponsorship. We have Rajan Ramdial, who was on the show last week. He's one of our platinum members, so he kind of gets a shout out on every show that we have. So good evening to you, Mr. Rajan. He is the senior vice president for Fluent Mortgage. Any mortgage problems you guys have, or you're looking to buy a house, home, investment property, refinance, he's the man to contact. His information is on our network, so you can always go check him out. And that's Rajan Ramdial. We also have Deluxe Car Rental. He is Adrian out there in Orlando. He runs 3 car rental spots out there. If you guys are going to Universal Studios, Walt Disney, or you're just checking up some family out there in Orlando, please give him a call. Phone number is 407-770-3307. Cool. Where do we left off? You can continue, sir.
Trev, I have no idea
Yeah.
we're talking so much. It is 7:33 already. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Fun times. Me and Wazim spent 2 hours on this thing already. It just goes by like that. So yeah, we talked about the My Cariblime. For those who are just joining us, this is Daniel DeSouza. He's the CEO of MyCariblime.com. It's a social media network that's catering strictly for the Caribbean people. He's also the CEO of VCARD Caribbean. Now, Daniel, we talk a lot about the My Cariblime. Are you comfortable with switching gears, or you still
Yep.
have some more things to cover with My Cariblime?
I meant to talk forever about my Caroline, but let's see. Let's see how we could pivot. Let's see how we could pivot for for VCAR Caribbean's benefit. Now, I launched 2 platforms this year. One being My Cariblime, the Caribbean Social Network, and I would say that is a relaunch, many relaunches that we originally started in 2017. But launched again this year is a platform called VCARD Caribbean. V as in virtual, card as in CARD, a business card,
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean. The VCARD Caribbean is a digital business card platform. And I thought, um, if I am building a social network that connects Caribbean people and supports businesses here in the Caribbean, can I do something else with a new platform that supports the business community? And with my research, I figured out that the business card has not changed for its true beginnings since, I guess, 500 years. Um, since the first man decided to write their name and their address and say, "Hey, this is where I am." That's I guess the concept of a business card, how that was born, and all this time through the years, it's defined in its shape and what kind of information we can put on a business card. If you want a back or front, laminated, colored, black and white, and that's pretty much the extent of it all. But as we change, as we our lives become more digital, the physical business card is obsolete. Okay, this let me say it straight. Those who are printing business cards right now in the Caribbean, and you have your business cards, you give it to someone, hoping that that person is going to put it in their phone. I want you to look at your business card. How long is your email address? How much numbers do you have on there? Do you have an address on there? Do you think, I will tell you, not a lot of people are going to take their time to go through on their phone and physically put in all of that information.
Hmm.
Especially if the text on your business card is so small that you got to
Right.
squint, go real close, and wait, what is
And imagine if they meet at a social network and it's late at night and the lighting is not all that great. You definitely can make a mistake with the phone number, the email, and that's it
exactly,
for you.
exactly. So the thing is with business cards, right? Printed business cards, they go into your pocket when you're at a networking event. When you get home, it goes onto your business, your desk, and um, eventually hits the garbage. If you go to Google right now and type in how much percentage of business cards are thrown away every year, the amount is 80%. 80% of business cards, all business cards are thrown away. So that means you, as the entrepreneur, who thinks that you're printing hundreds and thousands of business cards are handing to people and that's going to turn into business, most of the time it gets tossed in the garbage without even entering that person's phone. So, what's the
Right. So
solution? Oh,
I don't
sorry,
know.
you had a question?
I heard about this VCARD thing. Can you tell me more about it?
Right. So, what's the solution? The solution is making business cards digital. This is my business card. It's called, it has here VCARD Caribbean on it. Oops. Right. At the back, there's a QR code. QR code represents my business card. And what I'm doing here is just unlocking the phone so I can show you. So this is just a normal phone. This is my wife's phone, by the way. And I'm just going to put my card right to the back of this phone. And as I tap, you'll see that my business card, my digital business card, loads up. Now you can't really see all the information
But
there,
we
but all this information here, my socials, email address, telephone numbers, the person can click and open up that information, click and get sent straight to my socials. Click and get connected to me via a telephone call. They don't have to put in the phone number. They can click and email me. They don't have to put in the email address. There's so much information, like images, products of what you're doing, more information like what your business hours are, testimonials, YouTube videos. This is all the information that you could put on a digital business card that you can't do on a printed business card, right? What's going to happen when you're in networking events? All you carry around is this, right? Or you don't necessarily need this. This is like a cool tool for networking that it impresses people. You can either get it You can either get it with my branding on it for 30 Barbados dollars, which is 15 Barbados US dollars, right? One time payment. Or you can get it with your branding, your color scheme for 50 Barbados dollars, 25 US dollars, one time payment. And then you sign up for a small plan, right? A monthly plan that's cheaper than printing 100 business cards. It's more convenient. You don't have to worry about it ever running out. You don't have to worry about reprinting or printing wrong information. You just go to VCARDcaribbean.com and sign up for your personal account. And you create your own digital business card. You put in as much information as you want or as little information as you want. And once that goes live, you get to download the QR code right down here, and you can put it on anything. You can put it on your Facebook post. You can put it on your Caribbean social network post. That's a shameless plug right there. Um, you can put it on promotional material, right? And if or signage on the road. And if anyone sees your sign, scan this QR code. They get connected to your digital business card. They can call you. They can email you right away, right? And
awesome.
your
That
information goes exactly where it's supposed to go, which is your phone.
on their
It don't
phone.
go in the garbage.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That is a cool tool to have. So all business
It is
people,
a
I think
cool
you
tool to have for
definitely
sure.
need to look at it. I put it in the chat. I put the link to your website in the chat. It's vcaribbean.com,
V card Caribbean.
vcardcaribbean.com.
Yeah.
So you have it in
V
there, people.
stands
You
for
can go ahead and check
virtual,
it out.
card, and then Caribbean. Now we want to provide a service for Caribbean people living in the Caribbean and in the diaspora. So don't think that if you um, live outside of the Caribbean that you don't qualify. Um, that's not true. We want to make sure that your business has the right tools to succeed. Okay, and you're going to find that all prices are going to be extremely competitive. Um, in Barbados, I'm not too sure what prices are for printed business cards outside of the Caribbean. Um, but in Barbados, for 100 business cards, like $50, $55 Beijing. For 100 business cards, maybe it can go up to $60 if you want it laminated, double-sided, printed in color, a whole bunch of things like that. People
Okay.
really pretty it up to make sure people save their card, but in the end, those still go into the garbage. For a one-man show, if you just need one business card for you as an entrepreneur, for only 20, sorry, for only 12.50 US a month, you get unlimited cards. You get unlimited downloads of your business card, right? So
Oh, that's
you can
awesome.
go crazy, all depending on how good you are at marketing, how good you are at networking, how good you are at imagining where can you put that QR code that is connected to your business. Where can I put it to make it have more eyes and where people can just scan it with their phone whenever they see it? All depends on you, right? Where you put that QR code. And if you put it in the right place with enough eyes, you could probably get millions of people a year scanning your QR code, getting your business without it even running out. So great value. If you're now starting off, you know that you want a really good product um, that would help market your business, something that you could control. Oh, and one of the best things about digital business cards is that when you create your own account and you log in, you can log in as much times as you want and change the information. If your company has um, a special going on for Christmas, Christmas coming up, one of my favorite holidays, um, and you have a special coming up, you can update your card and your information on your card, and when you hit save, it's instantly updated, instantly. So you can
Cool.
change it as much times as you want. Oh my goodness, this time is just going really, really fast. So that is VCARD Caribbean, guys. Um, the service and the card itself are two different uh, products. You can use the digital business card, digital solution on its own, because once your your digital business card is live, you can download that QR code yourself, and you can put it wherever you want. But this is a great tool when you're networking. When you're on the road, you can just have it in your pocket, and you can just take it out and scan. Someone can scan it if they don't have their NFC technology. NFC stands for near field communication, where the NFC in the card connects with the NFC technology that's on the phone. For Samsungs, your NFC sensor is at the back of the card. So you could just tap right to the back. For Apple phones, your NFC sensor is to the top front of your phone, right?
So it's a chip. There's a chip in the actual
Yeah.
card
Oh
itself.
yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Cool.
That's
Now,
how it
if
works.
they, so God forbid you forget your NFC card, your V card, basically in the car. Now I notice you have a QR code there. If you have the QR code on your phone and you have them scan it, is it the same information they're gonna get?
Same exact information. Correct is right. Correct is right. You go to
Perfect.
your digital business card, and you'll see down to the bottom um, there are some menus to the bottom. One of them is when you click on it, your QR code comes up on your screen. You can download it straight to your phone, have it saved in your gallery. And when you're out and about, and someone wants your number, wants to know what you do, you just pull it out very snazzy, very stylishly, and say, "Hey, just scan this." And the beautiful
Right.
thing
This.
about it is that in this age where we go digital for everything, the business card has not done that for us, right? It is slowly becoming obsolete. It is not compatible with our digital lives, and we need to find a way. If you're listening to me now, you've found a way to upscale your networking capabilities through digital business cards, and I think you should give it
Perfect.
a go.
Exactly. There you have it, guys. I put the link right there on the screen. It's VCARDCaribbean.com. Give it a check out. There's lots of features on there. Go ahead, give it a run. You know, you can always reach out to Daniel direct. We have his phone number there. It's 246-251 30. I can't see
3166.
31 3166. I
Yeah,
got thing on my screen here. I can't see, but yeah, that's it. That we're talking with Daniel DeSouza. He is the CEO of My Cariblime, which is a Caribbean social media network. He's also the CEO of VCARD Caribbean. He's been talking to us about the digital business card, which is NFC chipped. So you basically can just touch it to your smartphone, pulls up the information. It also comes with a QR code and an online portal where you can update all your information. Compared to having 10,000 business cards and you change your phone number and email address or something, you don't have to throw that away. You just go to the portal and make your changes and you're good to go. And they can
right.
also have links to their website, any
That's right.
specials, coupons, all of that fun stuff can be on the profile, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. If you have a link that
Excellent.
goes to a separate coupon uh, service, yeah, you can do that as well. But stuff like Google Maps location, where you're located, that can be put on your digital business card. Your YouTube links, testimonials, emails, images of your product or service. There's so much information you could put on, right? That would inform a potential customer about what you're doing, and that potential customer can be converted into an actual customer because people
That's
want information. They want certain service and products done, and they want to know who to trust, who has a service that they can trust. And if you give them readily accessible information in a way that they can see that it's professional and they can trust you, most of the time that potential customer is going to convert into an actual customer, right? They're
perfect.
going to contact you. They're going to make sure that this guy sounds like somebody that's going to solve my problems. I'm going to call him. you know.
Yeah, it also shows
So yeah.
professionalism that you're not just
Oh,
walking with a
sure.
piece of paper. Here's my card. You actually have
Exactly.
something a little, in technology and all that fun stuff. Let me ask you, how has been the Barbados community, business community, reacting to the social media as well as the V card?
Right. Well, I am working on some big accounts right now for the VCARD. Some large companies that have seen the decline of the use of a printed card and wanted I can't really say who they are, but they wanted a digital business card solution in the Caribbean, and they have reached out to me, and that is going to go. That's happening pretty soon. When it comes to the Caribbean social network, um, people are hearing about it. I've been sending emails and everything, but things in the Caribbean when it comes to brand new tech, governments in Barbados have shown interest, but very slow to uh, have um, that interaction, that meeting to take place. And I think that's one of the major things that we have to fix here in the Caribbean, and let's have a heart to heart on that. Those who are listening, we have um, we have in the Caribbean a major problem. Um, our ease of doing business is not that easy, right? The length of time we take to get things done here in Barbados or the Caribbean takes forever. For the smallest things, if you're going to get a certain document from your government office, it takes forever to get a stamp. It takes forever to get a certain service done that you're looking for, and that is one of the things that I want to use the platform to really correct. With the
Okay.
same feature that I told you from on the Caribbean social network that I want to implement. Um, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys the good news. But anyways, what happened today? Um, to find a way to use technology to upscale our services so that people aren't annoyed with local businesses or local governments or for how long things take. If you guys take the chance to go on a website called um, it is the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business Index. Okay, so it's an index from that rates all islands or all nations from one to how much ever, on a scale of how easy it is to do business in this particular country. And all of the islands of the Caribbean, they're down way below half mark, right? Why is
Okay.
that? That is because, well, it takes long to do things. We don't have technology that would help us upscale that. My vision for that, for the use of the Caribbean social network, is that feature which I told you about, the uh, adding a commerce aspect to our social network, something Facebook does not do. Maybe because they're so big they can't handle it. Maybe because of the international export of these products or service. Maybe because they're so big, they can't, uh, give these services. But because we are a niche Caribbean social network serving the interests of the Caribbean people and businesses, we can do that, right? There's no reason why we can't have that service where you could scroll on the social feed, see a product or service that you want to buy, click on it, pay for it, and get a local courier that's already, here working on the island, or someone to bring it to you. And that includes
Right.
fast food. That includes cur- uh, um, um, products and servicemen and women to come to where you are to solve your problem. And the
Right.
thing
That.
is, um, if that's implemented, you'll see that even if governments jump on board and implement that kind of service, you'll see that you would have paid for a service that you're looking for without joining a line and wasting your whole day. You'll see that once that is done, you got a receipt for that product or service. It will come straight to you because it will go to a local courier that's going to bring that service or product to you.
Right.
And you'll
I.
see that
I.
that either do it index for these Caribbean islands will start to, raise up the ladder.
Increase. Yep. I love the idea. Now, do you have a time frame for this implementation? Because I think it'll do phenomenal. I love the idea. I love the way you're passionate about
Here's the
it.
good news.
What's the
Here's the
time
good
frame?
news. So today was the launch of Barbados Central Bank. Um, New technology. It is the I IPS, instant pay service, instant payment service. So
Okay.
just like um, China's WeChat, um, starting next year, right? You can, as a business or entrepreneur, you can have a QR code that represents you, and anyone who comes to your business that wants to buy what you have, they scan the QR code that represents your business, transfer the money over. You give them the item, and they go. There's no more lines. There's no more um, making change. There's no more about you worrying about, if you have enough change for 100 to break. Um, no, all of that is out the window. All of that is going to be out the window. You're going to sell so much more on a daily basis because you're going to have access to. People are going to have access to your business more. Your business will be easily found, and your products will be sold easily. And you
Right.
don't
So
have
is
to
that
worry
on?
about a flow. Yeah, that actually happened
Is
today.
Oh, that's nice. Is that on the network on the card? What is the collaboration with that and the my Cariblime and the VCARD? You can
Oh,
collaborate it.
today was just the launch of that, and they are going to be rolling it out. I'm talking about the Central Bank of Barbados, rolling it out as a local Bayesian solution when they first started, where they'll open it up to businesses and tech entrepreneurs to implement in their platforms. So trust me,
Nice, nice.
we're going to be doing it, right? I was already in talks with them um, while the thing was happening, and I'm saying to them, the Caribbean social network was waiting on this. This was the breakthrough that we wanted because in the Caribbean we
Nice.
don't have peer-to-peer transaction or commerce where businesses can actually have um, uh, online payments for products or services. This is a major step. And this would allow entrepreneurs and free thinkers like me come up with so much more useful services where you as the consumer can easily from wherever you are in Barbados um, pay for a product or service and have it brought to you. Um, the future is just mind blowing. I'm just trying to control myself, right? I don't want to get too excited, but this is something that people have to get excited about because this now opens up and strengthens even uh, the small business owner. You know, if you're
Right, right.
the one,
It
if you
is.
guys go to YouTube and look for the Barbados Central Bank launch that happened today, and
Okay.
listen to what they're saying. They gave the example of even the snow cone vendor, a small man like that can have a QR code on his bicycle, and
Right.
if you want a snow cone, you don't have a $2, you don't have a $5 to get a small change to get a snow cone. You can scan his QR code, send the $2 over, send the $5 over, get a snow cone, and roll out.
That's nice. That's
You
nice.
know,
It's now 7:57. I'm gonna take the last couple of minutes here just to give them shout out to our platinum members on the network. Once again, Rajan Ramdial, Senior Vice President of Fluent Mortgage. If you guys are looking for a mortgage refinance, you're purchasing a property, reach out to him. He is on our network, so if you go to CaricomBusinessNetwork.com, his information is right there. You can go ahead and reach out to him. You can chat with him, give him a call, text, whatever communication you deem okay for you. Also, want to give a shout out to Adrian of Deluxe Car Rental down in Orlando. If you guys are looking to rent a car down in Orlando, we have 3 different locations. Give Adrian a call. His number is 407-770-3304. Cool. And ladies and gentlemen, we are talking with Daniel DeSouza. He's the CEO of MyCariblime.com and VCARD Caribbean. He brought us through some in-depth details about the future of MyCariblime, where he started. He is originally born in Guyana, but he moved to Barbados where he met his wife and starts a family. He lives down there. He's promoting the local social media for Caribbean people by Caribbean people. He also has the V card, which is a digital business card equipped with an NFC chip that you basically touch on your smartphone. It pulls up the entire profile, your name, phone number, website, social media accounts, all of that fun stuff in one tap. Um, we have 2 minutes left. I'll leave the floor open to you, sir. I'll just go ahead and leave the viewers with something to think about. Why they should jump on the social media or use the V card. Go ahead, take it away.
well, I just want to say major thanks to you and your network for helping expose what I do. As a technology entrepreneur, we need the support. And I want to say this to everyone who's listening. Show your support by getting involved. It's I'm not really worried about if you're a small business uh, or a really large business. We really need the interaction with uh, the whole Caribbean community to get involved with something that represents us. That if we do this properly together, we can we can really make a difference in our lives, the way the world sees us. Right now, there's so much misinformation going on international social networks that if we really put our heads together, join forces and bring about our own solutions, you'll see that through technology, our communities, our culture will be preserved using this kind of technology. Our businesses will be well supported. Now, if you really think about it, a Caribbean social network that has free users, communicating, making friends, displaying their businesses and doing commerce, you as the business owner is you know is it being exposed to your niche market, which is the Caribbean people. That's who you want as customers. Um, if you're on an international social network, you're going to get your business being seen by international people who don't necessarily need or want a service from somewhere in the Caribbean because they probably have um, that solution where they're living right now. But um, we come together, we do it the right way. We're going to make a lot of good changes. We're going to use technology in a big, big way.
Exactly. We're going to give back to the Caribbean community. Now, everyone that comes on the show, I put them in the hot seat now for
Uh-oh.
our network, the people, the members here. What are you willing to do for them if they come from our network and they want to do business with you? What are you going to offer us? Because this
All
is
right.
all. This is why we started this, just to work together where we can help each other out. So, are you willing to do anything for
Yeah.
our community?
Yeah. Well, I could definitely offer a really good, unique price for anyone coming from your network for the digital business cards. I mean, we already have a very very low price when it comes to the card, but I'll make sure that their digital business card has more features than a person who wants to come on. Uh, and really help them promote their business even more. As the year goes on, and I think about other ways to do to add more features to the V card, they will have instant updates to that that update. Okay, so I can promise that for sure. When it comes to the
Okay.
Caribbean social network, it's already free. Everything there is ready to use. Um, if there's any new features that they can think about, just get involved. Give me your feedback, and I'll probably give you guys credit once um, that that feature is built and launched. You can say, well, this was mentioned by Trevor.
Awesome. Well, don't leave my friend Wazim out. Wazim, good evening to you, sir. I hope you're enjoying Guyana. I look forward to have you on the show next week. At this time, it's 8:02 now. We're over our time by 2 minutes. I just want to thank everyone for watching, the people who stick with us to the live, comment, share, like. I appreciate all of that. For the people who are going to watch it after the fact, appreciate you even more. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Next week we have a big announcement. We're gonna drop it maybe tomorrow or so. Let me talk to Wazim, but we got some big announcement coming. Mr. Daniel DeSouza, I appreciate you, sir, for being on the show. I
Thank you
hope you
very
had
much.
fun.
I
I
did.
hope you
An
awesome,
hour isn't
awesome.
that long. I thought it was going to be long. I
It
thought
went
we are going
like
to have
that.
to
The hour went
shoot
like
some
that.
jokes or something, but that just went
But
crazy.
yep, yep. I appreciate the time. I'm sure our viewers appreciate the knowledge about the social media network there in
Yeah.
originally started in Barbados by you, and it's basically for all the Caribbean people. The V digital business card, the V card. Caribbean, which is a digital business card. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will see the value in it. I did put the website in the link, people, so go ahead, click on it, check it out. You can join the network. I am part of his social media network there. I tried it out. Some pretty good features in there. I'm very impressed. I
Thank you.
almost forgot to mention that. Great job. I wish you all the best. And this is what we do. We bring businesses together so we can work within a community. So we're gonna see. We put it on the platform right now. We have over 200,000 people are watching every month. So that number is growing, which is phenomenal. Now you
That
have
is what I
access
mean.
to that, and we have access to your network too. So let's work together and take this to the next level. Once
I
again,
agree
I appreciate
100%.
you,
I'm on
sir.
board.
Yep, awesome, awesome. Appreciate you again, once again, sir. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great evening, and everyone, take care. See you next week, same time, same place.